What is up, everybody? We're back with another video. Me and Ken, we're gonna react to Quill and Salkilld versus Matej Gamrot's UFC Fight Night card, and we're gonna start from the bottom, work our way to the top, and we are gonna start with the women. Gina or Gigi Canuto versus Carol Foro. Carol Foro comes in with a unanimous decision. She opened as, or she was the minus 235 favorite. She did what she had to do. I'm glad that Gigi didn't get like, she looks like a really nice person, so like, I'm glad she didn't get hurt.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was actually a better fight
I,
than I think everyone thought it was going to be,
yeah,
especially because it was a short notice fight. Gigi obviously came off recently, and I don't know. I think she did a lot better than people were giving her credit for. I think she did a lot better than the minus 270 the odds makers gave her credit
yeah.
for.
I feel like there was a lot of fighters here where the odds were. There was a few fighters where the odds were perfect. There were some fighters, and you get this every card where the odds are just so off. But dude, yeah, Gigi, she had some good. I feel like, and I feel like I always think this with like the early prelim fighters, like moving on, like I feel like some fighters get way too confident in like their ability in one level of like, say a striker is fighting a jujitsu player, right? The striker sometimes has the worst striking technique just because they're confident in the ability they can like land the strike. It only takes one shot. Like you can get knocked out too. And I feel like sometimes you see a strikers, they get into these like brawls when they can just like step back and pick their shots better. And I kind of feel like that's what we saw here. Like Foro was like throwing big shots, kind of coming in wild, and that kind of gave Gigi moments to step back, analyze the situation, and make a counter. But do you agree there?
Yeah, I mean, I think like you said, usually if like it's a striker versus like a wrestler or a grappler, the striker doesn't you know, give any they don't have any confidence in the opponent's striking because they're
It's
like, okay,
almost
I'm
like
a
they're not as
striker.
careful.
Yeah. Like, they talk about it all the time, like, oh, she needs a hitter because like she needs to, earn she needs to make her earn some respect from her power and stuff like that. I think that's kind of what Gigi did. And I don't know. I think Furo definitely won the fight. She deserved the win. But yeah,
But
she
Gigi
was a
didn't
little
lose any
careless.
stock. Yeah, I
No,
think Gigi
definitely
did.
not.
Yeah, I think Gigi did good. I mean, honestly, and she has a cool name. It's a cool name to say, Gigi Canuto. Come on now. But moving on to the next one, we got another women's flyweight bout. Juliana Miller versus Ravina Oliveira. I honestly didn't know how I saw. Like, I thought Juliana was gonna win, but I didn't think it was gonna be this dominating, bruh. Like, I thought it was gonna be kind of a decision, and like, she would have control time. But this girl really went for the kill when she had the opportunities.
Yeah, I think she honestly needed it too. I think she's coming off a loss. I think she got dominated in her last fight, and she was like a huge underdog in her last
Yeah.
fight against Judy's, and she was like going off on Instagram like, "Wow, I don't understand how I'm such an underdog. Like,
Mhm.
I'm really good." And then like she just got destroyed, unanimous
Yeah.
decision by Judy's. But I think this kind of was like very needed for her to bounce back, and she looked dominant.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like she did play it better than some people who just need a win, because you see it all the time. A UFC fighter comes in the last fight of the contract, they get a decision win, and they still get cut. At least she has ammo to say, I finished my last opponent. You know what I mean? Finishes, especially in the women's division, is such a big thing. And it
Yeah.
just, especially for a woman to like get fight of the night or something like that, or like performance of the night. And not that she did that, but it's just so insane to see, and it really shows skill levels. And Juliana Miller definitely outskilled Ravina Oliveira here. And honestly, Ravina Oliveira might not even be UFC caliber. She kind of got ragdolled. She kind of got moved around the whole time, because from if my memory serves me correctly, Judice was piecing up Miller the whole time. Like she was
Yeah.
working her. So like, if Ravina Oliveira is a striker, where's your striking at, girl? Um,
I mean, to be
but
completely honest with you, just saying, Juliana Miller across from the cage from me, and she was just like this the
yeah,
entire fight. I don't know if she does not blink at all. She's so wide
dude,
eyed the entire fight, and she's just
yeah, dude, that's the
it's
thing too.
crazy.
That's the thing too. And bro, this is gonna come off rude as hell, but like I was telling Madison this when we were watching the UFC, specifically this fight. I was like, if you're ugly, like as a chick, you better be good. You know what I mean? Like, because at least like like hot chicks just get signed because they're hot. Like they just get contract. Like why like there's no reason why Polly Vienna should have been in the UFC for as long as she was. Like, but
Paige Van Zant, man.
yeah, yeah. But Juliana Miller comes and gets the
Rose
win.
before the haircut.
Yes, true,
And
true,
then
true,
she
true.
got the haircut and she was really good.
Yeah.
She was the
Oh yeah.
champion.
Yeah.
That's why she was the champion, because she got the haircut. She had to be good.
Exactly. If she had, yeah, how would she have landed the head kick on Wei Lee if there was hair in her face, bro?
Right?
Like that would have never happened. It would have never happened. Shout out to the first UFC me and Ken watched. But moving on to the next featherweight bout between Miles Johns and Gianni Vasquez. Dude, scrap. Got a little scrappy here. Miles Johns gets tapped with a left hook on top of his head. And then I'm like, damn, this minus 200 favorite's about to get like dropped because he was coming in heavy, only for him to land some power on Gianni and knock him
Yeah.
out in round one. What was your opinion on this fight?
Yeah, I don't know. Is Gianni like a striker, or is he more of a grappler? Because that might go in like to what you were saying, how like Miles didn't really respect his striking, and he was like egging him on, like, come on. He even like was like, bring it on a few times during the fight, and then he got clipped, and I was like, ooh. And he stood up, he's
Yeah,
like, whoa, whoa, wait a second,
yeah,
wait a second.
yeah.
And
Whoa,
then
whoa,
yeah,
whoa.
and then he caught him. Yeah, I think Miles was a little careless, a little crazy at sometimes. He might be like a counter striker because he was waiting for Gianni to throw something, and then
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, he caught it. I think this is his second time in the UFC. He really needed a win, and he got it.
Yeah, I feel like this was one of those fights where Miles knew that he could counter and put Gianni out, but where he went wrong and got caught that one time is because when you're waiting for so long, he may miss six, but if he lands that seventh one,
Yeah,
it only takes one, and that's the one he landed on the top of his head. Not obviously he didn't put him out, but Johns I feel like was waiting a little bit out of confidence. He was winning the whole fight. But I do feel like if he kind of walked down Gianni and put him on the back foot, he kind of would have had more success in setting up shots instead of only going in on counters, you know. But he gets the victory here. He gets the victory here in round one with a TKO. We like that. Moving on to the next fight, we got Manuel Sosa versus Richie Miranda. Ken had Richie Miranda here. Um,
I did.
dude, I give Richie Miranda heart points because he got hit with a body shot that I thought he was gonna get finished by.
He did.
What did you think of this fight?
I mean, it was kind of close in the third round. Obviously, Richie got hit with the body shots that really did. Like, I think this is like judges' optics. Like, if you look like you could lose the fight, like obviously it's going to go into the other guy's favor. I think this was a really close fight. This could have went either way. I'm surprised it wasn't a split decision. I just after Richie, like his first round, he looked great. He looked
Yeah,
amazing. And then is it Minol or Manuel?
I say Manuel.
Minol Minol came back and clearly won round two. Round three was very close. Yeah, no. I think it was mainly just the optics that Richie was giving off that he was hurt like a lot of the fight.
Yeah. I always like sometimes I think when I'm watching the UFC and stuff, timing is so important because if you get dropped by a body shot in the first minute of the round versus the last minute of the round, like optically that could change a whole judge's opinion. Like if you get dropped by a body shot in the first 30 seconds of the round and then you come back and land some good stuff, that that might win you the round. But say you're landing good stuff and then some guy hits you in the body and then you get dropped in the last 30 seconds of the round, like that might like sway some people. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I feel like um I feel like that is such a hard thing to decipher, especially when you're judging. I always felt like I heard this on I think Joe Rogan that Eddie Bravo did it such a good way where he like marked it with like significant strikes, like actual significance, like not just a petty jab, but like did this make a difference? Did this jab make him wipe his nose? You know what I mean? Um
Yeah, I like one championship mainly just because they don't do rounds. They don't like the judges score the entire fight. Like it's not round by round. It's not the 10 point must system. It's literally they score the entire fight as a whole. So like in this case, like I think I would give the if it was scored as a whole, I'd give the fight to Richie, honestly.
yeah. Yeah, with the UFC rules and things like that. Um Yeah, I think Manuel Sosa almost won off of aggression. He was pushing Richie back more than Richie was pushing Manuel back, and that body shot obviously gave him a lot of confidence, and it could have swayed the judges a certain way. But Manuel Sosa coming in at a minus 365 wins the unanimous decision against Richie Miranda, and yeah, that's fight. Moving on to Louis Sutherland versus Jose Montana. Louis Sutherland in the running for one of the worst tattoos of all time. That belly tattoo is so bad. It looks like
It's like
someone
a
stamped it on him.
Japanese like samurai, dude. It looks sick.
Yeah, yeah, right.
I'm gonna get one of
But
those.
dude, Louis Sutherland comes in with he's got that big build, but it does nothing for you when you get on the ground and submitted in one
He's
minute and
so
50
top
seconds.
heavy that the takedown was so easy because he's top heavy.
Yeah, it's like
He
if you just
shouldn't.
push him over.
Jose should not have like got that takedown, but Louis is so top. I think this fight should be investigated by the FBI because
Dude, you think so?
the tap. I think DC pointed out, but he's like he tapped as as Jose was adjusting the lock. He didn't even have the submission in when he was tapping. He literally was adjusting the submission when he tapped. I don't know. I think maybe Louis just knew that he was getting beat. Like maybe he knows that on the ground he can't do anything. He was just gonna get, pounded on for the last 3 minutes of the round. So, you get taken down 2 minutes into a round and you have 3 minutes left and you can't get up and you have zero takedown defense and you have horrible ground game, I guess, when you can. But I don't know. I think Louis this might get him cut from the UFC. Maybe should get him cut.
Maybe he told all of his friends bet on submission in the first round. The moment that he wasn't getting it, he was like, "You know what? I'm gonna win somehow." and
Yeah.
he and he gets submitted in the first round. Yeah, Louis Sutherland, terrible performance here. Jose Montana is not the type of fighter that should be doing that to you. Yeah, man, this might get you cut. I guess we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if a UFC roster watch updates with a Louis Sutherland gets cut from the UFC. PFL got yourself a heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
Um, but moving on to the next fight, we got a light heavyweight bout between Dr. Nergazay versus Bruno Lopez. Um, dude, Dr. Nergazay knocks him out with a second left. Um, Opinions?
Yeah, I think the first round was a lot closer than it seemed. I
Yeah,
know it wasn't at all. Uh DR dude, the combo was crazy. The left hook, two body shots, and then back up top just to end it. Like that was a great combo. I didn't see like a lot of Deer in the past. I had no idea who he was. I know he was part of your bet that we won together. Thank you. But like I had nothing coming in on him. I just know that he trains with Shavkat. So I was
yeah.
like, yeah, sure. I think that's a lock. But yeah, the ending combo was crazy. One of the best combos I've seen since like Connor and Eddie or Cowboy versus somebody who's Cowboy against somebody. The long combo that Cowboy threw. But yeah, DR gets the win by KO. I think the I don't know, man. If you're getting beat up and there's 1 second left, having a ref jump in, that sucks because like Bruno possibly could have recovered, came back in the second round because he wasn't like
Yeah.
knocked out.
Yeah, it wasn't like he couldn't recover in a minute. But who
Yeah.
knows? Um My dude, I think DR is in such a weird spot because like he's a fighter where like where do you move him next? Because I feel like if you push him too much, he could get caught. We've never seen him in like we never seen him like in a adversity or in a negative position. Dude, his the fight before that, he knocked another dude out. It's where does he go from here? I think we feed him another can and we get another highlight reel knockout. And dude, the combos, like you said, they were crisp and they were good. I think he called someone out, but I can't remember. But yeah, dude, he looked really good. I do think I agree with you. I wish they would have given Bruno a little bit of time, maybe cover up a little bit better. But dude, DR, I feel like he would have finished him regardless.
Yeah,
You know. Moving on to our next parlay piece that me and Ken had, we had Steven Asplund versus Gilmere Pat. Steven Asplund was scaring me the moment the first round ended. I was like, all right, so I guess we'll see how this goes. So second round comes around, right? And this second round is pretty even. It's pretty even in my opinion. You know,
it
there's
was pretty even.
I feel like Gilmere Pat had a good comeback round, and then Ken, what happened after that?
Gassed out, basically. I'm pretty sure that's what happened, and he ate a foot to the face. Kind
That
of
third
what
round head kick was
Yeah,
crazy.
that's kind of what changed it. And that was early on in the round. And then he just was like okay with just
Covering up.
hugging against the fence. Literally, they were just clenching against the fence. And I think Steven against the fence was just doing work. He was laying crisp elbows. Dude, I want to say I didn't tell you this, but I threw a side bet on. I was like, you know what? Steven Asplin, first round KO. And then when he got him down to the ground and was laying those elbows, I was like, jump in,
Like,
stop the
please,
fight,
come
stop
on.
the fight, stop the
Come
fight.
on.
But this is
Herzog.
one of the ones that I was like, come on, just end the fight already. He
Yeah.
can't make it to the second round. But yeah, it was closer than it should have been, I think. I don't think you give Steve like much step up in competition. It's a good story. He was a heavy favorite, and in this fight, it didn't seem like he should have been a heavy favorite
Hey.
because it was a lot closer than it should have been, and a lot closer
Yeah,
than
minus
anyone thought it was going
310.
to be.
You know what made me nervous was I felt like he was gonna get caught. Like, cause Pat is fast. Like that's what I noticed is he is quick. But as soon as the third round, like middle of the third round, as soon as a head kick happened, I was like, oh no, he's not. He's gonna want to recover. But dude, I don't know why, but my brain is spinning in like the future, and I have this orb in there, and right now it's telling me that Steven Asplund is gonna fight Tai Tuivasa next.
And that's a good matchup,
Wouldn't it be
a
though? I
really good
feel like
matchup, dude.
that would be a good like this is gonna sound so funny, but like Ty Loki passing the torch to Asplund like to take his place. Like, all right, buddy, now you can lose to the top fives. like, you know,
That'd be something,
but
dude. I don't know. I think
that wouldn't be a bad matchup. Oh my god, could you imagine Asplund versus Hokit?
the issue is the heavyweight division is very top heavy, and there's nothing really
So top
outside the
heavy.
top like six, seven people. Like there's
Yep.
nothing. Like Asplin just lost Petrino. Dude, I fucking Asplin beat Sheriff, and that's who Gable Stevenson's fighting next. Like the heavyweight division is so top heavy, and there is really no one like that moves you up. That's why we have like Waldo facing Curtis Blades. That's why Josh
Dude.
Okit fought Curtis Blades because there's not really like it's like you fight nobodies and then you're fighting top five.
Yeah, there's no middle
There's
ground. There's
no
no like
yeah,
people to
there's no
test you.
gatekeeper. Tai Tuivasa is the gatekeeper of the heavyweight
Right.
division, and he just gets knocked out and loses every
Martian
fight.
Tabora.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of bad for the heavyweight division because literally, if you're a good prospect and you have a few wins, like you're just fighting the top five. And the top five is really good. It's just
Yeah.
outside the top like 5 to 7 people, there's not really much competition.
You said a
Anyone could win.
name. You said a name. And it kind of piqued my interest because I think they both have a name, Steven Asplund, and this person. And if this person slides through his next fight rather easily, I think a Gable Stevenson versus Steven Asplund fight would be hilarious, like in a good way. You know what I mean? Like I think that is a pressure test for Gable, man. Like because
That
Asplund
would be a
brings
nice
it.
step up for Gable.
Because it's not necessarily dangerous. Because to be fair, Asplund, although he did knock out the person on his contender series fight, he lands a lot, but it's not like he's knocking people out cold. You know what I mean? Like, and he's a big guy. I feel like that would be a decent matchup. If they want to move Gable up a little slower. You know, um, but
The
yeah,
issue
dude,
is I
Stephen
think they're gonna
Asplund,
strap a rocket to his back, and then because Waldo
Shamil
Waldo got
Gaziev.
popular, they're like, okay, Waldo, Curtis Blades, Josh Oke got popular, Curtis Blades immediately. Like those not the correct steps of like every other division has like, okay, fight number 10, fight number 8, then you're in the top
Right.
fighting in the top 5. This is like you're fighting unranked guys and then you're fighting top 7.
Yeah, unless you're Yuri, then you just get to
Well,
fight for the
Ty
belt.
Ty Two Voss is like ranked 10th. So like it's
Yeah.
like and he's on like a 7 fight losing streak. And it's like,
Well,
why? Why are we still ranking him 10?
my my thing, my question was with the ranking system and stuff like that. It's almost like I don't even take it seriously at all. Like, I know they're trying to fix it up a little bit, but it's like you get knocked out cold, then you get dropped one slot. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. But yeah, Asplund gets the win here. Gamrot Pat. I don't know, man. I feel like he gets gassed, as the fight goes on, but everyone does. Oh, this is my question for you. If Gable Stevenson with his next fight and the fights moving forward, do you think that they'll give him a wrestler?
No, I don't think they'll necessarily give him a wrestler. I think they're probably like right now, they might give him Steve Asplin. That's actually like a great like person for him to fight. Um, I I could see him
He's not ready
the
for Gaziev.
ties outside of the top. And I'm looking at the heavyweight rankings right now. You got like Ryan Spann. That's a good name, but again, like not really a like he's 15th. That's not really
Where's
like top
Shamil?
level. Who?
Shamil Gaziev.
Yeah, he's not ranked on this. He's
Hmm.
outside the top 15. But you have like maybe Sergey.
No, that's way too dangerous
But
for
Sergey's ranked
Gable.
ninth.
Yeah, but that's the thing about the heavyweight division. Like Sergey could win one more fight and then fight for the belt.
Well, I'm
You
saying
know,
like they're literally going from fighting unranked people to top 10. Sergey's ninth. That would make sense. I could see him maybe they give him Petrino. Petrino's outside, but like he's not really a good name. And I think if you're trying to like get Gable popular, you're gonna give him like fights against big names. So I think like after this fight, if he wins, Ryan Spann, he's not really like he is a name, but like he's not really like that high level of a competition. So if he beats him, it's like, oh shit, he beat Ryan Spann. He beat
yeah.
Superman Spann. He beat the
He
guy who
beat
beat Anthony Smith.
yeah, right. After the
Holy
rematch,
shit.
after Anthony beat him.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, Anthony Smith, dude. I say we bring Anthony Smith back and give Asplund him.
One
Um,
guy I don't want any heavyweight fighting is Walter Walker, dude. I don't want
dude,
he's gonna
he
destroy everyone's legs,
my
dude.
my favorite thing was when DC came to interview him and he goes to grab the leg and DC doesn't let him, so then he pulls out the gun and then
Yeah.
it was so funny, dude. Um, dude, yeah, dude, and his personality is good. That's a good fight for anyone to just get a big more like popularity, dude.
But
Imagine
nobody wants to fight him.
Asplund, dude. Asplund would.
I would not want to fight him.
I wouldn't want to fight him, but I feel like
I
you
was
don't
listening
lose
to the
stock.
Anik and Florian podcast, and both of them were like, "Yeah, like if I'm a heavyweight, I'm staying away from him. Like he's gonna have to pay me to fight him because, like, you fight him, he gets a hold of your leg, you're out for a year. He's
Dude,
destroying
and
something in your leg."
it's they need to put him like on a real paper like on a pay-per-view because he is hilarious. Like, have you
Yeah,
ever
he
heard
is
his
pretty funny.
interviews too? Like when he was talking to who is his last fight? He just fought I'm trying to think of his name, but I can't think of his name. But he just beat them with like a leg lock, and but dude, he was like talking to him, and he goes, what? The guy interviewing him was like, "What's your favorite thing about so and so?" And he just looks at the camera. He goes, "Fuck so and so." It's just, it's so funny. Like he's really good on the mic, and he's funny. And I think Johnny, I think he's the we all. I personally, I thought he would follow in Jay Walk's footsteps. I thought he was gonna get knocked out cold. This is a it's probably got to be so uncomfortable at Christmas dinner. You know what I mean?
Though
Like
you know
Johnny
what's
Walk,
crazy?
like Johnny Walker in a highlight reel knocked out by everyone, and then this guy just comes into dinner with ankles on a necklace.
He has 5 fights in a row, wins by submission. That he's won by submission. Okay, he's on a 5 fight win streak. Besides his fight against Junior Taffa, he submitted him with like 2 seconds left in the first round. Every other fight, minute and a half, hasn't
Yeah,
lasted longer than a minute and a half.
dude.
He's doing crazy stuff.
The other thing about Walter Walker is he's like an in shape heavyweight. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like he's not a blob. You know, like he's not Jamal Hill moving up because doesn't want to cut weight. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
there you go. Right there, man. Gable Stevenson, Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill's debut. It's
Dude,
perfect. Josh Hokett versus Jamal.
Josh Hoka Asplin would be funny too, but that would never happen.
Yeah.
They're gonna make Josh Hoka higher up. But moving on to the next fight, we start the main card with Billy Ray Goff versus Ty Miller. I want to say one thing and one thing only about this fight. Billy Ray Goff, you need to fire everyone in your corner. They gave this kid the worst advice I've ever heard in my life.
Just run away.
Dude,
Stay on the
listen,
outside.
listen.
Just stay
Do
on the
not
outside. Circle.
engage.
Just circle the entire time.
Do not engage at all. You don't want to fight this guy. Dude,
It's
so
crazy
he
because the first round wasn't that bad. I was even texting you.
no.
I was like, he's taking the shots well, and like he was still staying aggressive. Like I think was just filling him out the first round because he outstruck him like kind of double. But I was Ty obviously won every single round. Was going to win a decision.
Great
I
striking.
I didn't think he was going to get the KO because Billy was taking the shots well. Like he wasn't getting super rocked, and then I think the
15
shot
seconds
that
into the
like
third
broke his
round.
they were saying like it looked like he broke his orbital and it was
I
like
think he might
swollen and
have.
stuff. So like I don't know, dude. I think you're right. He needs to fire his entire corner because that is horrible. Do not engage. Just circle the entire
Listen,
like. How do you do that for 5 minutes in the third round after you just got like destroyed? Y- Ty Miller landed 116 strikes in the second round to 9 by Billy. And then they're like, okay, go into the third round. You're probably worn out. Like he outstruck you by 115 strikes. Maybe just circle around, don't engage. Like that's great advice.
but my thing is always like you never know how the fighter's feeling. So it's like Billy probably went to his corner like well, not obviously probably not like he probably didn't
Good.
feel like this, but he probably
Great.
went to his corner like imagine you go to your corner and you're like, man, I had a great round. That felt great. I feel refreshed. I have my second win coming, and they're just like, you don't want to be here. This is not the fight we want. You're getting your ass whooped. Like, dude, the most discouraging corner advice. I think he got knocked out by discouragement. To be
At a
fair.
certain point though, like we saw Ilya, obviously his corner threw in the towel. But like should they throw in the towel if like you're entering a third round, you're not gonna win a decision, you're getting destroyed. You like have barely landed like the entire fight he landed 35 strikes against Ty Miller. Like your best round was round one, and then round two you landed less than 10 strikes against a guy and you got pieced up the entire round. You're not winning this. You can't touch the guy. Your only hope is some crazy knockout, which that's not going to
Yeah.
happen. Like, shouldn't his corner have like thrown in the towel? Like, would you like to see that more? Like, if
Yeah,
it's
I mean, let's
obvious that
be
there's like he's outclassed, and at the same time, when does the ref step in? The ref's job is to protect the fighter. Like you saw it
yeah.
against Sean O'Malley and Matano. Like Mutano was, or Mutano, whatever his name
Standing
is.
up. Yeah.
He was standing up, taking every shot. He even was like, after the fight was stopped, he's like, "I'm here. What the hell?" But he was getting outclassed, and like he wasn't gonna win the fight.
You're
When
like, how
does the
many
ref
years do they
step
have to
in?
lose?
When should the ref step in? When should the corner step in?
Well, I think there's two ways to look at this. One way is like I think part of it is the fighter, you know. I think how many we don't know if the fighters always like I do never throw the towel in.
Let
You
me
know what
go
I
out on my
mean?
shield.
Yeah, like there's people like that, you know. But another thing is like I think there's just such a weird feeling of like you always feel like you have a chance. You know what I mean? Like to be fair, I mean Carlos Oberg's knee explodes and he knocks out Yuri. You know what I mean? Like think of so many things like Alex not getting his ass whooped, but losing clearly to Izzy the first fight, and then comes out and it wins in the fifth round. You know, or dude, fucking Leon Edwards kicking Kamaru after literally having to be told pull yourself out of it. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like sometimes, but to your point, there's this there's this point in time where everybody the underdog's best round will always be the first round if they're getting their ass whooped after that. You know what I mean? Like everybody's best round is the first round, but I feel like his best round ended after the half of the first round. You know what I mean? Like as
Yeah,
soon as as soon as Ty Miller knew he could like implement his game plan, Billy Ray was done. You know, you don't get a performance of the night by just piecing your guy up. He put on a demolishment. You know what I
yeah.
mean? But like with what you said, I do think that this was a perfect. If you're telling your fighter, yeah, dude, don't engage. We don't want to be here. You know, things like that. You already know you lost. Throw in the towel. You know, save your
Or
fighter's
if a ref
life.
hears that, dude, if a ref hears a corner say, "Hey, don't
Right,
engage, just run
right,
away, circle," like
right.
he
And I
should have
and I
just
was just
called it
gonna
right
say
there
that.
too. Just throw up the X.
And I was just gonna say that. And I know we were talking about the Ilya fight, kind of like like hitting back on that. As a fighter, as a fighter, you know when you say I can't see, the fight is gonna be stopped. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like it's I've heard this so many times that you know when you say that you want it to be stopped. And I feel like, dude, when you start saying things like when you want it to be stopped, just fucking take your judgment, stop the fight. You know what I mean? It's like what was he gonna get out of even if he would have lasted the round, what does he get out of getting jabbed, pieced up for a
Nothing.
whole extra round? Like literally nothing. I would like to see some more like health before the highlights, if that makes sense. You know,
Yeah.
like come on now. It's a good foundation name. um, but yeah, Billy Ray Goff, that was his last fight, I think, ever. I think he retired right after that fight.
Did he?
No, he didn't. I don't know. I think he did, but I could be wrong. But Ty Miller definitely looked really good with his hands. But moving on to Amanda Lemos versus Smiley Girl herself, Alexa Tainara. Um, dude, Alexa Tainara, there were some moments where this girl got clipped. And if it would have been a fresh, younger Amanda Lemos, night, night. But luckily, you know, Amanda Lemos is 50 and she doesn't have enough as much power as she used to. But Alexa Tainara definitely relied on some of the wrestling when she did get caught. She's gonna get knocked out eventually, I think.
Yeah, I mean, she's kind of exciting to watch a little bit because she does put herself in danger. But like you said, like she not fraud checked, but she's just gonna get like, chin checked at some point because
Yeah, that's a better way to put it.
really old Lamos again, like catching you. Like she was pretty slow too. Amanda was kind of slow. Like I don't know, man. At a certain point, like you gotta protect yourself. You can't be as crazy.
Yeah,
You gotta
yeah,
be
no,
smart, not as
hundred
sporadic.
percent. I feel like she's not at the point right. Like these are fights where you need to just win. These aren't fights where you need to put yourself in danger yet. You know, but that's just
Especially
the way she
like now
fights.
she's in the top 10. She's probably gonna take number 8 from Lamos. So
Yeah.
like she's just fighting like a lot better people.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. 100%. But yeah, she gets the win, decision win, unanimous here. I thought it could have been split, to be honest. I think Amanda Lemos had a good second round, but yeah, I think. But speaking of chin checks, dude, Darren Elkins needs to get his chin checked, dude. Oh my god, I think it was last card and this card. We got people getting taken off of their feet, dude.
It was
This
it's just
it was
sad. This one was sad.
insane. This was no, this was his retirement fight. I think his
It
last fight in the
was. That's
UFC.
why I didn't think Billy Ray would go off retire. I
Yeah,
think he's like 27. That'd be
yeah, I
crazy if he
mistake.
retired.
Yeah, I mistakenly did that, but I said that. But dude, Deval comes in, lands a left hook that takes Elkins off of his feet and puts in a night night. Dude, what did you think of this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that he is retiring. I like listening to him talk and stuff. He sounds like he's all there, which is great for him. But he's been through like so many UFC fights, like 29 and 13. So many losses. His last fight was like a first round KO loss as well. Like I'm glad that he knows that it's time to hang it up. And to
Yeah,
lose in 35 seconds in your retirement fight sucks.
yeah, it's
I
it's
feel
definitely
bad for him, but hey, he knew it was time to hang him up, and he got out of there when it was time.
right. It's better to know it and get out than keep this repeating thing, and then you end up like fucking what's his name out in Hawaii talking to robots. You know,
BJ Penn, dude, chill.
yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I feel bad, but I mean, you know, but yeah, Darren Elkins, um, he had a career, man. He had a career. Uh,
He had a career. His
it was,
nickname, the Damage, dude. He is
yeah.
Damage now.
I mean, you said he didn't have CTE, but I mean, dude, are you sure? Look at that tattoo.
He seemed all there. I like he looks kind of like he would talk with like a slur or be not all there, but he his interview afterwards, he was
Yeah,
I could hear everything, I could understand everything. I think he articulately, I think he's clearly there and he's getting out when he should.
yeah, yeah. Hey, dude, that's a really good point. Getting out when he should. A lot of people don't do that, and then they leave with more damage than they should. Um, but yeah, dude. Moving on to the next fight, we got fight of the night between Diego Ferreira versus Billy Quarantillo. Um,
Billy Q.
yeah, dude. I thought Diego Ferreira kind of just owned him this whole fight.
You don't think it was close? I think round one it was clear. Like round two and obviously
I
round
think
three. I think Billy won round three. Round two, I think was a lot closer than people were saying.
I think
I think
like
it should have been a split decision.
right.
It
I
was
think Diego. I thought Diego won 1-3. I think the second round in fights are like such a swing round sometimes because um I feel like by the end of the first round, you can see someone gaining confidence most of the time. Someone's game plan's working. And then the second round is usually them trying to implement that same game plan that the other person is trying to obviously stop. But now they know their game plan, so they can do some counters and stuff like that. So it's like, obviously, I'm just kind of saying how a fight goes. But obviously, I feel like in the second round, Billy Q had more answers to what Diego was bringing, but that it's kind of like he got gas. It's almost like it what he was countering with wasn't withstanding the whole fight what Diego was bringing, and Diego just kind of. I thought Diego was gonna end up putting him out at like later, like late in the fight, but no, he ended up winning a decision here. I think, dude, Billy Q is like he's just he's good. I just think he's not that good.
no, I think he might need to question whether this is the UFC's right for him because if you remember his last fight, he got slimed by Cup Johnson. So
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Johnson's retirement fight. And then for that he lost a submission. And then this fight, I mean, like I said, this fight I think was a lot closer. Could have been a split decision in my book. I think Diego deserved to win. Any fight that's close, if either person wins, it's fine. But I think Billy came back round two, round three. I think Billy won round three.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I hear you. I have to rewatch it to be honest. But yeah, Diego Ferrer, they get fight of the night, so they both I think they both get an extra what 100 grand and or 50 grand or
Yeah.
whatnot. Um,
At least
but yeah, dude.
25.
Yeah. But dude, moving on to the lightweight bout, the what lightweight main event. Quillen Salkilld versus Mateusz Gamrot. Ken, tell me if you agree or not. I knew Quillen was gonna win the moment I saw him walk out. He
I
looked
didn't.
so cold, bro, with his thing up, with that mask up, bro. I
Yeah,
thought he
dude.
looked cold. I
Looked
thought
like
he looked
he should have
confident.
been wearing a coat. What
Yeah,
he was.
yeah,
It was a little
right.
chilly.
But no, I mean, I think he looked confident. I think he looked ready to go. I think he definitely showed that he belongs in the top five at least. He needs a top five fighter. You know what I mean? Like someone to fight next in the top five. Um, what was your opinion on this fight beforehand, during, and after?
Like I did watch like the countdown and stuff. I think no, I was always worried that because this I think was like Salkild's like fraud check. Like, is he actually as good as we think he is? If he loses against Gamrot, like he's a fraud. Like I thought this was his fraud check right here. Clearly he passed the test. Thought I got scared when Mateus got him in the knee bar. Like that looked like
Dude,
it looked
when he
like it
looked,
could have been bad.
I thought he was gonna tap when he looked to his corner because I thought he was looking like, oh shit, I'm in a really bad spot. But hey, man, skill prevails, man.
Yeah,
We're
skill. He persevered through the knee bar.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't. He's six. He's ranked six now. Mateus dropped to ninth. He jumped up to six. I don't know, dude. This is the bad division to be in.
Who's above him?
Lightweight,
Give me the five.
Patty, Max, Charles, Armin, Ilya, and then Justin's the champion.
Max needs to fight him before
I'd
Connor
love to
comes
see
back.
him. I'd love to see him versus Charles, dude.
I think
That'd be
Charlie's
a
gonna
good
fight for
fight.
the belt, but they're not gonna give Salkilld the belt off of this.
But
I
I
think
think whoever wins between Armin and what's his name? Rufy, that's gonna be the
I
next
think
title fight.
I think that Max Holloway shouldn't sit around and wait for Connor. I think that he should fight Salkilld because I think everyone's booked for the last five besides him. I think if Salkilld and Max fight, dude, that could be a title eliminator for the next person to get the belt. Like, because obviously,
And
dude, I
that
don't,
could happen soon because neither of them really like
dude, what did Sal?
did got any
They
damage.
they both fought for under a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that would be such a good fight too, because I mean, I think they would choose to stay standing, and it would be a piece them up. To be fair though, if Max and Quill and Salkilled fought, I would take Salkilled by finish because I think Max like more
I don't know, man.
recently, more recently, Max has been getting chinny.
Is this recency by because like we've only had such a small pool of data from Salkeld. Like he's fought
Yeah, no,
obviously
you're
like
right.
not the best competition. Like I said, I think Matej Gamrot was like his true test of okay, is he actually going to be another guy? He beat Jamie Millarkey like come on. Malarkey's like a journeyman. And then he beat Chenny Vanil Dariush. Like Dariush is like on the out. Like I think if he bumps into a table, he's gonna get knocked
Yeah,
out.
God forbid
Mate's
he
what
breathes
this
on him.
was his like true test. I'm not sure if Matt like he's in the top six. I don't think Max is like the best matchup for him. I think Max is a better striker. I think like I don't know, is Salkeld like that good of a wrestler that he could like manhandle him, take him down, and sub him? I don't like. When's the last time Max was subbed?
Well, I feel like this is a perfect time to test that because when you look at Max's recent, his recent fights, I mean, I don't want to be that guy because I love Max. Max is definitely one of my top fighters. But when you look at his most recent fights, when he fights people who like think of it, he lost to Charles, Connor. I mean,
Unanimous decision. He KO'd Connor easily.
yeah, easily, right? But listen, so he wins obviously against Connor, but does nothing. He loses to Charles.
Unanimous
He
decision. He just got wrestled
yeah,
fucked the entire fight.
I know. but then he beat Gaethje,
He
right?
beat Dustin Poirier, unanimous
And he beat
decision.
Dustin Poirier, right? So, but this is what I want to
He
say,
got KO'd by Topuria. Then he
right?
KO'd
Right.
Justin.
Right. But so this is what I
Then
want to say
KO'd
though.
Korean Zombie.
Right. So
TKZ. KO'd
exactly.
TKZ.
So you're giving me it all. So when I look at that resume, do you know what screams at me though?
No
When
idea.
he's fighting fighters that have like a lot of experience, or not even experience as much as like they've taken damage, they like have been through the ringer, if that makes sense. He's very successful in the more recent fights. But dude, Ilya, I mean, he was pretty successful against Ilya, but I mean, Ilya finished him. Charles, I feel like, is somehow getting better every fight, and even though he's getting older, but I feel like Charles ragdolled him. I feel like Max needs a test to see, is he still like capable to hang with the people of the upcoming guys. Do you kind of understand what I'm saying? I feel like all of Max's last fights have been with people that have been through the ringer besides Ilya, and he got knocked out there.
I guess, I mean, it's kind of like it's top heavy in the lightweight division. Like all the guys in the top like 10 are guys that have been around for years. It's like
Right.
the only newcomer is Rufy and like Salkilld right now. You got
But that's what I'm
BST, been
saying
around
is
for years. Moicano, Gamrot,
right.
Eddie Pimblett, like is like the newest guy.
Right.
But like you have like Armin, Charles, Gaethje, like all these guys have been around for a while.
Well, I feel like Armin, I mean, to be fair, Armin lost to Gamrot. And for Quillen to come in here and do that to Gamrot, I mean, Armin didn't do that to him. I mean, to be fair, Armin was
Armin versus Salco next, dude. Come on,
right
let's see
if
it.
Armin wins. But dude, I think this would be a great test for Max to see if he can still like hang with the dangerous young guys. You know what I mean? Like, because I feel like with what I just said, and I'm just kind of echoing with what I kind of echoing what I was saying, is I just feel like Max, the adversity comes more with like the danger, and I feel like the people that he's been fighting haven't been as dangerous, and when they are, he loses.
Hear me out. What if they did? I think a next fight that could possibly happen, Eddie versus Max.
Patty
I
versus
think
Max.
yeah, they're doing Army and Hoofy. I think Ilya, if Justin's still around, I think they'll probably end up giving Ilya a rematch.
No, no.
If they don't do that, I don't know what they're gonna do. I think if they do that, then it's gonna be whoever wins Army and Hoofy for the title. I don't think Charles is. They're not gonna give Charles a fight like anytime soon. I think Salkilld versus Oliveira is is something that could possibly happen. I think Patty isn't going to fight Charles. I think Patty versus Max would be a good matchup. I think Quillen versus Charles would be a good matchup.
I think this is what I think is going to happen. I think they're going to match up Quillen versus Max. I think that Armin's going to beat Ruffy, and then Armin's going to fight for the belt whenever Justin fights Charles, and the winner of that. And then I think that will Patty will fight Ilya, and the winner of that will fight Armin. Because I think that Armin, he's in such a good position. Because Armin, low key, like has beef with everyone. Like kinda. Like if he's the champ, you can make a fight with anyone besides Max, really. I mean, you know what I mean?
I think Ilya is the same in the same boat, dude. I think
But
Ilya
I
has
think
beef with
Ilya,
everyone.
I think with Ilya getting beat the way he did, it doesn't warrant him an immediate rematch. I don't think so.
I mean,
I
Ilya
think
was
that
coming off of
Justin,
a lot of personal issues.
I think that I think that Charles has done enough to get that title shot.
He beat former featherweight.
No, but I'm just saying he's been active. He let's see, he lost to Ilya, and then he went and he beat Gamrot,
He
and
beat
then he
Gamrot.
beat and then he beat Charles, He has the belt, so that's a double belt that they can do.
EMF. They're not
Yeah,
gonna do EMF.
I know, but I'm just saying, I don't know. I feel like Charles
Lightweight
and
is crazy, dude. That's all I'm
it's
saying.
lightweight
Gamrot
is
beats
too
Armin.
repeaty, but
Charles beats Gamrot. Killing Salkilld beats Gamrot. Fucking Holloway beats Justin Gaethje. Oliveira beats Gaethje. Gaethje beats Ilya. Ilya beats Charles. Ilya beats Holloway.
we're
Like
in the
they're all
we're in
beating
the
each
new.
other, dude.
That's what I'm saying. We're in the
Everyone
new
just beats
age.
each other.
We're in the
Like
new
there's
age of
no
like
like dominant
repeating stuff.
champion.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah, like who is gonna be the one to have like five title defenses? You know?
I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. Isn't lightweight like the last time it was defended was like or the last time the champion won? I don't even remember the last time that the lightweight championship was defended. I think that was like it was like Eddie Alvarez versus or RDR or no RDR
Dude,
RDA.
yeah, because the moment they get the belt, they just move up.
No,
Crazy.
I think it was they. It's never like it hasn't really been defended.
Yeah, it's crazy. UFC's in a good spot.
Oh,
I'm glad
Islam.
Quillen won. Yeah, yeah. Speaking of Islam, do you think Ian Gary or Islam is gonna win?
Uh, I want Islam to win. Honestly, I don't like Ian Gary. Ian
I
Gary's
don't like
too
Ian
much of a
Gary,
cuck.
but I
But I
think
think
he's gonna
Ian
win.
does. Yeah, I think Ian has a good chance. But I do not like Ian Gary
I
at
think
all.
the odds are way off. I do not like Ian, but my MMA brain says that he should not be a plus 250 or whatever he is.
Oh, is he a plus 250?
I think he's I'm throwing money on him just because I think that he has the skills to do it, but I don't like Ian at all. Ian is currently a plus 280. Oh my god, that's crazy. That's the thing though, is like when you think of Islam, like I like JDM like kind of let him do whatever he wanted to do to him. And then it's like the same thing I was kind of saying with him. Like, who was he fighting that really posed him challenges besides Volk? You know?
I don't know, man. I see your point. He was kind of just walking through everybody.
Yeah. But but listen, everybody, we're gonna get out of here. We talked for an hour. We talked about the UFC, we talked about the card, we talked about the future, and we will see you guys in the future. Ken,
Yeah, we'll catch you.
see you guys. Have a good night.